I visited the Bhrugu Kund, which is considered a pilgrimage center. I stood for some time immersed in wonder at the technology of the olden days. Had it not been for archaeologists, we would not have had a glimpse of this glorious past. You may well ask, what is the need to be reminded of the past? Let me tell you what J.O. Gassett says. Quote, "To excel the past, we must not allow ourselves to lose contact with it. On the contrary, we must feel it under our feet, because we raised ourselves upon it." Unquote. The human race is made of the past, and we must understand it in order to build the future. That is why archaeology is such an important science. Archaeology can be defined as a scientific study of the material remains of past ages as evidence of human life, culture, and history in former times. As a systematic discipline, it started as recently as 1859 with the publication of Origin of Species by Charles Darwin. In India, it was initiated by Sir William Jones in 1784 when he founded the Asiatic Society. The study of archaeology entered a new era with the arrival of Sir Mortimer Wheeler as the new Director General of Archaeology. He introduced the latest technique of excavation in the principles of stratification unknown in India till then. The survey of temples was initiated by Mr. A. Ghosh around 1954. According to Mr. L.R. Binford, archaeology has three ultimate goals: reconstruction of culture history, past lifeways, and study of culture process.
Sir, what is the significance of this pillar?
During my visit at Ghumali, the director of archaeology department of Gujarat explained to me the intricacies of the temple architecture.
To give support to the ceiling of the temple.
To give support to ceiling.
That is the few main function of the pillar.
Right.
There are four portions generally in the temple, in the pillar. That is the base, which is called feet.
Base.
Peat.
Peat.
That is called peat in Gujarati and Sanskrit. Then the middle portion is thumb.
Right.
Then after that is bharani.
That is bharani.
Bharani, right. Above that thumb. Mm-hmm. And that saru. Saru, originally it is sirsha.
Shirsha.
The Sanskrit word is sirsha.
Right.
From that the Gujarati it is saru. So in the Navlakha temple, the variety of the sarus is maximum in the western part of Saurashtra. Mm-hmm. You can see that it is elaborately carved. The Ganesh god,
right.
That is Nritya Ganesh, dancing Ganesh. Mm-hmm. That is the main part of this pillar. Then after panel of goddesses, mm-hmm. Then leaf decoration, and then above Kirtimukh, and that is the bharani. So in this way it is all almost all pillars are decorated, but mainly the pillars which are in the Sabha Mandap are better decorated than in comparison to the other pillars.
With other pillars.
Yeah.
The temple walls can be damaged by the microorganisms present in the fungicide.
Now, how will it become normal?
After this long time or this heat come on the surface,
Right.
it became black afterwards. But in the beginning,
Initial stage of what is this element? Green element is
this generally this algae or moss.
Right.
Moss, MOSS.
Moss. So this ammonium hydroxide is also used for this?
Yes.
By applying a coat of ammonium hydroxide, which produces an acid, and rubbing vigorously, a soap-like lather is obtained.
So it is not scraping on the stone.
The original shape is maintained.
But it not damage the stone.
Right.
This is later washed off to obtain a cleaner and brighter wall. Of course, all this is manual work, but perhaps the government could take initiatives to involve local people in cleaning and restoring the monuments. This involvement would give people the necessary motivation and pride in our heritage. Archaeology is like a time machine which helps us to go back into time. The past teaches us what the human race is capable of. It teaches us lessons at the same time in grandeur and humility. The forgotten hamlet of Ghumali is one such example.
So, Anju, you are still reading?
I find it very interesting.
Really?
How did you manage to get all this information?
Well, I consulted some books, but much knowledge I obtained from some scholars. And what do you think? If it is excavated more in this site, do we get any previous civilizations remains?
Very interesting inquiry. My friend, excavation can be carried out on a site where there was human habitation for several years. Ghumali is an area full with hills and hillocks. There is no site having a depth more than half a meter. One thing. Now, if we excavate just near temples, we can date the temples, but not get
Civilization.
such civil sites as can be termed as Bhumilika or Bhutambilika or as ancient Ghumali. There, before some years, before a decade, the remains of foundation were available. Now they are also disappeared. So where shall you excavate? There is no site as such. But round about Ghumali, if we explore in an extensive scale and we get some site, we may excavate if we are sure that it will give us the result which will be able to check our present historical knowledge, to add something and to alter something. Otherwise, excavation is very costly. 10 meter by 10 meter by 10 meter means 50,000 rupees. Poor country like us cannot manage such excavations.
So your childhood dream came true.
You can say this.
I envy your experience.
Is it?
But thank you for sharing it with me. The experience of Ghumali teaches us a lot about our rich heritage.
And our responsibility also.
Yes, it reminds us to be responsible towards it. Shall we go?
Let's move.